So I think this is a funny camp because the way it ended last year for McCarthy, and remember, he's got Dan Quinn, who not only got a team to the Super Bowl, but Dan's got a presence about him. And I kind of do wonder, I mean, they can be friends and allies, but what is the McCarthy-Dan Quinn? He's like hovering, right? Everybody in Dallas, if you ask the media straw poll, that I'll take Quinn as the coach. What is that relationship like?
I think it could get awkward. I think Dan's really worked to make it okay, and I kind of admire how he handled it. I think Jerry left Mike McCarthy out there hanging a little bit. And I think the players have gotten behind Quinn. The defensive players just swear by him. And my gosh, look at him. I mean, it's like he's marching out to, I mean, it's really something to watch. And I didn't know, and you watched him in Seattle, Colin, I didn't know quite how much energy he would bring. But in a sense, he sort of salvaged, he was so attached to that Super Bowl in Atlanta, being at this platform that the Cowboys, the attention they get, it's brought Dan Quinn back. Now, I will say Dan Quinn has done a tremendous job of kind of trying to play behind the scenes role, right, and not make this awkward. But it could get awkward. And I could see something developing there. But I'm telling you, I've seen this organization with two head coaches before. And it happened not that long ago with Garrett on offense and Wade Phillips on defense. And it led to Wade Phillips being thrown overboard. You could see the makings of something like that happening here.
Dallas led the NFL, believe it or not, in scoring, over 31 a game. But Dak has never been the same quarterback without Amari Cooper. It's a fast, and I like Amari, but he has more value to Dak than I think people understand. His passer rating in the last 4 years that Amari doesn't play is 86. It's 103 if he has Amari. Should we expect a pullback offensively?
I think you should. I think you have a you have a new number one wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb getting bumped up to that role. I think he'll be fine there. Michael Gallup is coming off of rehab. He's not going to be great at the first of the season. I love where Dak is physically. I mean, I'm going to practice number 2 today. Practice number 1, more nimble than at any time I saw him last season. And I know they're not in pads yet and all that, but I'm telling you, he's moving a lot better. But who's the third wide receiver? I mean, are you talking about a rookie, third-round pick, Tolbert, out of South Alabama? Are you talking about James Washington, who was with the Steelers? I mean, this is a team that is suddenly – it's gone from a huge position of strength to one where they're quite honestly a little bit thin. And when you see the Bucs go make a move like they made, I think it puts even more pressure on this Cowboys receiving core. And by the way, the pressure is on this front office because they're sitting on $20 million in cap space.
Yeah.
Okay. And years ago, they traded for Amari Cooper within the season, and it made a tremendous impact. But you don't want to go into a season where you think you'll need that. So the truth of the matter is, early in the season, they may have to lean more on the running game.
Yeah.
And is that a great proposition for this team? I wouldn't say so.
Yesterday or the day before, Jerry, we got 2.5, 3 minutes left. Jerry said, I just want us to be viable in the playoffs. Well, 40% of the league makes the playoffs. So making the playoffs is not viable. 14 teams make it. What would be viable to you, a viable playoff run?
Oh, I think 2 playoff wins is what McCarthy needs. Who knows how you lead up to it. Sometimes if you get 12 or 13 wins, that factors in.
Yeah.
Jerry is far enough away from last season that Jerry's fallen in love with last season. All the stuff that happened and after the San Francisco loss, all the gnashing of teeth, that's gone away. And so Jerry is now sort of infatuated with those 12 wins. So that could change. But right now it feels like 2 wins would do it. And by the way, if this team ever made it to an NFC title game, it used to be, this was a franchise that made like 17 out of 22 under Tom Landry. I mean, it went on some insane run. It used to be, going back to the 90s, used to that kind of thing. If they ever do that, Colin, it'd be like a 10-year extension for McCarthy, because that's almost as big as going to a Super Bowl. This team getting to an NFC title game would be everything. And there'll be people out there, that's not how Cowboys are measured. Cowboys are measured differently in part because of the failure that Jerry Jones and everybody involved has had over the past 26 seasons.
Matt Mosley. It's good to see you again. Oxnard, good strawberries in Oxnard. I don't know if you know that. I know you go uptown when you stay at your hotels and stuff, so I like you come down to the regular people. What do you got planned for today here? Big cowboy camp today? What else?
Day two. And then when we really want to go out and have a big time, we go to Ventura, right down the road from Oxnard.
Yeah.
And the only problem is the pandemic, they shut down all the streets. They helped the restaurants, but they didn't help the traffic. So we got every street in Ventura has been shut down. But it's great if you want to kind of promenade around and walk around. It's a beautiful place.
Yes, it is. I know it is. And when you come down here to L.A. County, why don't you give me a ring and I'll take you out. Matt Mosley, you're a very, very busy guy. Good seeing you. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.